In the past, towns across America posted signs warning people of color to leave by nightfall. These were called sundown towns, and while those signs are mostly gone, some of these towns still carry the legacy of exclusion through their demographics, policies, and unwritten rules. This is a look at 10 towns in 2025, where that history hasn't fully disappeared. Number 10. DeLand, Illinois. DeLand once had an ordinance that banned black residents after dark, and the board acknowledged it publicly in 2002. Today, the town is still over 98% white. A few people recall stories of fires or threats aimed at the few black families who tried to settle here. The past might be acknowledged, but the present still reflects it. Number 9. Pinckneyville, Illinois. In 1928, this town became known for removing black residents by force. There were stories of families being loaded onto buses, and at least one person lost their life under a tree in the town square. Today, the cemetery has almost no marked graves for black residents, and the town remains overwhelmingly white. Generations later, the silence says a lot. 8. Elwood, Indiana. Elwood enforced sundown laws for decades. In the early 1900s, black travelers were turned away, and even prominent guests were discouraged from visiting. As recently as the 2000s, the town's reputation made headlines, and the mayor had to respond publicly. Some still whisper about underground tunnels and warnings passed down through generations. Number 7. Arab, Alabama. Arab had posted sundown signs well into the 20th century. And while the town looks like many others on the outside, visitors still report being warned not to stay after dark. In 2015, flyers from hate groups were found in local neighborhoods, reminding people that history can echo long after it's buried. 6. Grosse, Pointe, Michigan. This upscale suburb once used a scoring system to block black families from buying homes, even after laws changed. Today, it's still more than 90% white, despite being next door to Detroit. The barriers may not be visible, but they're still felt. 5. Huntington, Indiana. Huntington has no official policy today, but many black visitors say the message is still clear. Stories include being followed, questioned, or denied service at restaurants and hotels. Some say the town's vibe shifts completely after dark. 4. Mountain Home, Arkansas. Mountain Home was built on exclusion. Over the years, there have been reports of black workers being turned away or forced to leave town. Healthcare workers and travelers have shared stories of being denied service or asked to leave hotels unexpectedly. It's a reminder that racism isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the quiet refusals. Number 3. Forsyth County, Georgia. In 1912, Forsyth County expelled nearly all of its black residents in a wave of racial violence. In the 1980s, the town was spotlighted in a major television broadcast. But even today, it's still overwhelmingly white. For many, Forsyth is a symbol of what happens when history is never fully addressed. 2. Minden and Gardnerville, Nevada. These neighboring towns sounded a siren every night for over a century. Originally, it signaled Native American workers to leave before dark. In 2023, the siren was finally silenced, but many Native residents say the message had already been passed down. A sound like that becomes part of the land. Number 1. Vidor, Texas. Vidor is one of the most infamous sundown towns in the country. For decades, it had deep ties to extremist groups, and in recent years, peaceful protests were met with armed counter-protesters. It remains a place where many still fear staying overnight. Even in 2025, its name carries a heavy meaning. These towns may not post signs anymore, but their reputations speak volumes. If you've experienced something like this, or know of other places with a similar past, share your story in the comments. Subscribe to Facts Relapse and help shine a light on history still shapes America today.